one thing I notice, and what I see in a lot of practices is it's tough to work at the front desk.
Yeah.
The phone is ringing. You need to check out a patient. There's a dentist pushing some chart or something you got to do in your face, get it done right now. Like they're trying to do a good job. It's just there's so much chaos, right? In day-to-day operations. So how do you deal with that? Like, is this you just need more people, or is it a systems problem where people don't know how to work together? Like, how do you fix that in a practice?
I think it's definitely a systems issue.
Okay.
I think as practices grow, they need more people. And I think as you become more successful, you need those people to specialize.
Hmm.
The problem at the front desk is you hire multitaskers. And you have to because there's so many tasks going on at one time. But the problem with that is we all know multitasking can be great when you're trying to cook dinner, but when you're trying to run a business, it may not be
Yeah.
great because your attention isn't, completely, focused on one task. So we definitely push systems. We teach systems. We push systems. A simple tweak and listening to a new patient phone call. A lot of very successful practices are going to kind of a two new patient system where we've identified that this call is good. So this call is going to be in a priority column on our schedule for an hour and a half. We've identified this call during people's court, and so they're going to be 30 minutes. And we may ask for them to give a credit card to reserve that appointment. So that way we're not bogging our practice down with unnecessary or unworthy patients.
Yeah.
We're devoting the best time to the best ones and the least time to the ones that may or may not pan out. Now, that experience is not going to be any different for the patient. It's just an internal system on how we identify who
Mhm.
should have priority and who doesn't. So we definitely push systems. We push just minor tweaks, for example, having a front desk person control the phone call versus letting that person ask 72,000 questions when you're not the dentist. And
Yeah.
you may make or break whether they come in or not with all this verbal vomit that you just spit out trying to prove to the patient how smart you are. So we want the front desk to control the conversation. We
I
don't
definitely
want
see that problem.
it-
Yeah, that's a common
yeah,
thing.
definitely. And we don't want the patient to be able to ask question after question after question and the front desk just keep trying to prove I'm smart enough, come here,
Mhm,
when
mhm.
ultimately the treatment's going to be sold in the back.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's one minor system. You could spend 20 minutes on a call with a patient who you let dominate the conversation and ask every question, or you can spend 5 minutes on a call where you dominate the conversation, and then you're back to being able to multitask in a way that is much more efficient and fluid for your practices.